Hi, I'm Shay with Abracadabra Dog Training, and today I'm going to go over how to teach your dog place. A few things to keep in mind is you do want to have some tasty treats. We are going to be extremely liberal with them. They're going to get a ton of treats. You can also use your dog's kibble if that is easier for you. We also need our leash, and then we need something like a pet cot that has a defined edge and is raised slightly off the ground. Over time, you can use things like a mat, but the easiest way to teach this command is by simply having a item with a well-defined edge that is a different height and or texture than the ground. Now, when we are teaching place, we are going to, like with most of our commands that we are teaching, put our dog on leash first. The leash is there as a safety net, as a seat belt. It is not there to drag the dog, to force them to stay on. This leash is going to be as loose as possible throughout the duration of the training. The reason that we do that is because we want to eventually not need the leash. We want this to eventually be an off-leash command. And in order to do that, we need to keep the leash loose unless we absolutely need it to be tight. Remember, a tight leash means no, a loose leash means yes. Now, I teach place a little bit differently than other trainers. That's not to say that I'm right and they're wrong. That's to say that there are hundreds of ways to teach the same command. This is just my method and the method that I have found to be most successful with my training programs. If my method does not work for you, by all means, please look up another method. There are very many out there. Different trainers approach the same problems in many different ways. And you're more than likely gonna find a method that works your needs if mine doesn't. That said, we are going to teach two commands at the same time with this. We are teaching a release command, which means we are done, you're finished, you can go and do whatever you want, you can get off of the cot. And then we are going to teach the place command. The place command simply means get on this and stay there. We do work with an implied stay with all of our stationary commands. So getting onto this cot, the place command means to get on here and stay there until told otherwise. The release from that would be the break cue. We are going to teach those simultaneously. However, we're going to do it silently first. And what I mean by that is we're not going to say a word. We are going to lure our dog on and off and go from there. And I'm just using a basic slip leash for this. You can use your regular flat leash and collar as well. I just prefer slip leads. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a treat. This is one of his favorite treats. He will follow it to the ends of the earth, and we are going to use that to guide his position. Again, the leash, we want to be slack. We do not want tension on the leash. And we are going to guide him all the way on. Once all 4 feet are on, that is when the treat comes. We do not treat beforehand. And we're going to give him a couple treats for staying on there. And then we are going to guide off. Again, loose leash, we want slack in the leash. We are going to use the treat to lure him and guide him on. Once all 4 feet are on, I'm going to give him his treat. Yes, good job. And then I'm going to go ahead and give him a couple more for staying on. If we like the fact that he sat down on there, I'm going to go ahead and rapid fire give him treats, because that is something that he decided to do on his own. And by giving him more treats for that, giving him jackpot treats, we are encouraging that behavior to repeat. Again, loose leash, there's no tension on this leash at all. We are using the treat, and then we're going to guide him off. Yes. Once your dog is comfortable with getting on and off of the place command, and this may be within the same session, this may be after 2 or 3 sessions, we are going to guide him on just as we did. Again, nice loose leash, guide him on. Once all 4 feet are on, we are going to say place and give him his cookie. We're going to give him another one without saying anything. Again, we're jackpotting the fact that he sat down. And then before he gets off, we are going to introduce the release cue. Before he gets off, before we start luring, we are going to say the word break. And then we are going to lure him off. Once all 4 feet are off, that is when he's going to get his treat. Again, all 4 feet on, we're going to say place and give him his treat. I'm going to give him another one for staying on. And then I'm going to say break and guide him off. Yes, good job. One more time. Place. Good boy. Now remember, the break cue means that we are all done. After you say break, he is free to wander, he is free to go off on his own if you are not currently working him in a session. Good boy. Now, remember, our goal with this, when we're introducing, is we're just introducing the movement of getting onto the place, being rewarded, getting off of the place, being rewarded. Our next step is going to be getting onto the place, introducing the cue word, place, once all 4 feet are on, and then we are going to say the word break, introducing the release cue word, and then guiding him off. He will get his treat once all 4 feet are off of the place, just as he will get his treat for place once all 4 feet are on place.